is Benji Cole, son of Al Cole from CBS Radio and host of the syndicated talk show, People of Distinction. A talk that gives you an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. Run to our website, alcoleenterprises.com for more info. Email me through benji@alcoleenterprises.com if you'd like to get involved with what we have going. And as always, please continue to like and follow our broadcasts. People of Distinction is internationally syndicated solely due to the love and support that you all continue to give. We're available across all major distributors, and as long as you keep following, we're going to continue to put out the content. Now sit back and strap in, because on the line with us today, we have the impressive Joyce H. Hynes. And we're going to be discussing her incredible book, Heart of the Matter. It's Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble, man, it's a lot of other places, but most importantly, check out her personal site, author JoyceHhynes.com. There, you're going to gather more information on her, on this book. You're going to find another book that she's written. That one is entitled Words from the Maestro. I'm telling you, it's a one-stop shop. Check it out, author JoyceHhynes.com. Yeah, that's where you got to go. And before I go any further, I want to take this opportunity and point out the fact that Joyce was brought to us by City of Books. So for my writers out there, if you've gone through your process, you've spent some sleepless nights creating that masterpiece, and now you need some assistance moving it, head on over to cityofbooks.com and gather all of the ways that their fantastic team, they're going to help you do just that. And listen, it is a true pleasure to have Joyce here on the line. People, what if the very organ that symbolizes our life and love tried to fail you not once, but 3 times? My goodness, listen, my guest today, she was just 9 years old when she first went under the knife for open heart surgery, beginning a lifelong journey where medical complications were the norm. An unwavering faith was her currency for survival. Sit back and strap in, because Joyce is the absolute embodiment of a person of distinction. She's a 3-time open heart surgery survivor, a composer, and a music practitioner who uses sound to heal others. And her new book, Heart of the Matter, man, it is so much more than a medical memoir. Now, we're going to learn about her particular journey and how inspirational it has been, but it is a masterclass in rewriting a broken narrative with hope. Like I mentioned before, man, sit back, strap in. This one is going to be incredibly impressive. Let's dive in. Joyce, first and foremost, welcome to People of Distinction, and thank you very much for being with us. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, and thanks for having me, Benji. It's quite a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Listen, Joyce, the pleasure is all ours, all right? I'm going to pass that right back to you. It is an honor to have you here. You had to write this magnificent book in order for us to reach out and establish it, and we are so glad that you did. Your book is an eye-opening experience, but it's going to be uplifting and so hopeful for a lot of others. So we're looking forward to this discussion. Let's start off at the ground floor. I usually like to ask about our guests' background so we can learn a little bit more about them. But this is a memoir, so we're going to cover your background within the book itself. So let's jump right in. Heart of the Matter. Tell us more about it.
I started going to Johns Hopkins at age 5 in 1957 when open heart surgery was in its infancy. But in 1961, I became the 15th patient to have open heart surgery. And wow. I spent 3 months at Johns Hopkins and almost didn't make it. I had phlebitis, blood poisoning, pneumonia. The doctors didn't think I was going to survive. But by the grace of God, I did. And they were learning what to do with open heart surgery at that time. It was, like I said, in its infancy.
Yeah.
But I traveled from West Virginia to Johns Hopkins. But in the book, because of privacy, I changed the hospital, the doctors, but the medical facts in the book are correct. The journey is mine, and it was a struggle. But I thought that was going to be the end of it, but it wasn't. But God gave me the strength to see me through.
Yeah.
But the most amazing thing is that I found the notebook that my mother, she kept a notebook of the 3 months I was in the hospital, of a day-by-day account. And finding the notebook, that's what gave me the inspiration to write. And it was written by every word, by what was in her heart. And so that's where the theme of the story came from, Heart of the Matter. When I found it and read it, it just brought tears to my eyes. It only was a few words at a time, but she might have said, today her temperature was 102. Today this. So it was very moving, and I knew that I had to get the words out and to share my story. But that wasn't the end of it.
No, absolutely. That was just the beginning of this journey. This is something that, as I said in my opening, and as readers will come to find, you have gone under the knife multiple times. So this was just the precipice of this lifelong journey that you established. Now, I want to go into something you were saying a few moments before, is because, listen, finding this notebook, learning about these things, this almost personal journal that your mother kept, I can see the connection on why this is something that you wanted to now get down in writing. Now, first and foremost, let me preface the upcoming question by saying I'm very glad that you put the book out, right? Like, yes, we're learning about your journey, but it is inspirational and it has so much to offer. So I'm glad that you did. But I want to now go into inspiration here, Joyce, because listen, finding all of that, got it. Writing it down on page for yourself. Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. I'm connecting the dots. But you didn't have to put it out for the world. So why did you feel compelled or inspired to publish it so others could partake in the journey alongside you?
Because giving people hope that they're not alone, that there are people out there that care, that God is there to give them strength and to draw from God and their faith and their families that are there, that God gives people the knowledge in their fingertips to help us and to learn and to know that we're never alone. I was given the last rite to the Catholic Church because I wasn't supposed to survive.
Wow.
We are never alone.
That is incredible. Okay. So listen, my next question that I want to go into, and this really connects to memoirs, right? Memoirs, autobiographies, when you write them, it requires the author of that particular journey to revisit profound moments, but in this instance, profound pain, right? You're going back and you're now having to relive a lot of these instances in your life. I'm curious to know, Joyce, what was the most emotionally challenging piece to write in this book, and why was it important to make sure that you included it?
To know that writing this book, that all of my family members are gone now, and that to know that they suffered along with me, suffering through this surgery, that I felt their pain reading the notes in this book, the little notebook. I had to share that with others, family members who go through the same thing with their family who are going through the surgeries, not only heart surgeries, but any type of surgery, especially children.
People, listen, man, it's Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble, it's author JoyceHynes.com. This is one that is going to be a remarkable journey for you to add to your shelf. This is a gift that is perfectly suited to give to someone else. Pick up this amazing book, Heart of the Matter. While you're at it, look at our other book, Words from the Maestro, because each one of these books have such phenomenal messages that you're going to be able to take to the bank and really build off of. So head on over there once more. It's author JoyceHynes.com. Pick up your copies today. Joyce, something that you've already started to go into, and I know is a very big message within the book, it's the process of a positive attitude, right? The message of positive attitude, maintaining that positivity, and even in instances, finding a silver lining. And that's something that we often hear about. And I know I've spoken about this a number of times on previous broadcasts. Like I remember when I was much younger, in late teens, early 20s, when I was in college, going through some difficult times. And I remember, because I've always been a very firm believer in terms of your mentality having the ability to shape your reality. And listen, I can admit it now that I was definitely faking it at the time, but I was very adamant on having and maintaining a positive attitude. But again, it wasn't always easy because there was definitely moments where I had to contrive a positivity in some of my darker moments. In your experience, was it more about finding that silver lining or forging one through sheer will and faith?
Yes, yes. Faith is the top of the line.
Yeah.
And like you said, that positive attitude can get you a lot easier to your goal than anything. Yes. I've been a musician all my life, and one thing I can remember is, as far as a musical phrase, is sometimes be sharp, never be flat, but always be natural. And that goes along with that positive attitude.
Yeah.
A frown is a smile that's upside down. All these little positive little phrases that you can find. Getting off on the wrong side of the bed. No, you get out on the bright side. There's too much negativity in the world. We got to be positive.
Yeah.
And that carries us through the day much easier than thinking on the other side.
Yeah.
Same way with our health.
I love what you're saying here. Not only just the mantra that you brought up, I'm definitely going to steal, even though I don't have a music background, but it's going to connect to my next question in a second. But always be sharp, never be flat. I can't remember the end of it, but just that part, oh my God, that's incredible.
Always be natural.
Joyce, I love it. That's fantastic. Great message, but such a fun play with the words there. It's a beautiful thing. And I think the big thing here is, yes, of course, positive attitude, putting yourself into that correct state of mind. But I also want to make sure, like, people, I get it, because in the moment, it's not as easy, right? Like sometimes you're overwhelmed with the negativity, with the darkness that's around. And I also want to make sure that I point out, listen, it's okay to forge it sometimes, right? Like it's okay to fake it a bit, because when you stick with it, I promise you, like one thing that I noticed just from my own personal experience is, I was faking it at first, but because I stuck with it and I was so consistent, Joyce, after a while, like I started to believe it. It really started to implement itself and embed itself into my mind, where it's not like more positive things were happening around me. I think it was still the exact same, but I was just recognizing the positivity around me more because I was looking for it. And that is so key to all of this. And it's just one note, right? People, there is so much more to get into. And the next thing that I want to go to, Joyce, is I want to touch up a little bit on that music background of yours, because I know that as a music practitioner, you understand the healing power of sound.
Yeah.
And I think that is something incredible, because also I can relate to, I don't have a musical background, but again, a lot of these things happened when I was younger, when I was just a hormonal teenager. Go figure. But I remember going through moments, Joyce, and it's when I was depressed, like I would put on either some R&B or whatever, some type of depressing, and it would help me work through certain emotions. Or if I wanted to be up, depending on the mood of the song that I was listening to, it would help me through that journey and uplift my spirits or whatever I wanted to work through. And that's where I want to go next. Was there a specific piece of music that you utilized or maybe even composed yourself that almost became an anthem for your recovery?
Yes. Canon in D by, I believe it's either Mozart or Beethoven. But that song resonates inside me. Each of us has a tone that resonates in us, and mine is D below middle C. And it almost makes my cells inside me vibrate. And I found that out as I studied to become a music practitioner.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating how music I could adjust heart rates and breathing patterns with one note on my 58-string hammered dulcimer. It was fascinating. My specialty was playing for dying patients. And I also played in the neonatal unit with newborn babies, helping them relax, and mothers in labor. The power of music is incredible.
Yeah.
I could go on for an hour to tell you about that, but it's just in your soul. Your whole body is music. Your cells vibrate. Your breathing, your heart beats. It's affected by stress and all these things. So your heart is the center of the body. And when I have all these heart issues, right now I have 2 aneurysms inside me, and I've had 3 open hearts and 2 strokes. But I take a licking and keep on ticking. I was a clown, and one of my clown names was Timex. But you keep on going, because God is there with you.
Joyce, what a fantastic message to close on. I had other questions that I wanted to go into, but honestly, that is the most profound ending that we can have. People, her book, man, it is such a reminder, and it really is a wonderful education, right? Because it teaches us that the ultimate repair, it isn't surgical, right? It's the profound strength that we forge in our most broken places. It's such a cliche, and I get it, but when we're going through some of our toughest times, we actually gain the most strength. And the wisdom that we acquire through it is really setting us up for future battles. And her journey is a powerful reminder that our challenges don't define us. But now, listen, it's how we choose to play the music of our lives, right? And that's what absolutely defines us. This book is so powerful, man. Listen, it's Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble, it's author JoyceHynes.com. I know I don't have to say it because I know you're already heading on over there and picking it up. Remember, Heart of the Matter was the anchor for today, but Words from the Maestro, you got to check it out as well. Magnificent books to really help you ground yourself and build through it. It starts with these books. Head on over there, pick it up. Joyce, this has been an absolute honor. I really do mean that. Thank you once again for being a guest.
Thank you.
People of distinction.
Thank you, Benji. It was exciting. God bless you.